Hello guys, so this is Rasundinius and I'm gonna be teaching you a very nice move, and the move I'm gonna be teaching you looks like this, just like that. This is a pop-out move that is made by Aaron Fisher, and let's take a look at how this is done. So once again, the pop-out move looks like this, just like that, and one card pops out. You can even do this with a pop-out sound, just like that. So anyways, let me show you very quickly how this is done. So this is how it looks like from another angle. You're taking the bottom card and you're splitting the deck into two packets, and then you're placing the card from the bottom in the middle of the two packets, and then you're squaring it up with one hand, just like that. So basically this is actually done like this. You're going to be holding the deck with all these four fingers, just like this, and then your thumb is going to be on the other side of the deck. So these four fingers are on the short edge of the deck, and then on the opposite short edge of the deck is your thumb. And make sure that your four fingers are not like this, but make sure that they are a little bit more deep into the deck. You're not supposed to hold this very tight, you're supposed to hold this very loose and make sure that there are few gaps in your fingers. And why? It's because it's going to be a lot easier to do the move if you have spaces in between your fingers. As you can see, I have a lot of spaces in between my fingers, and that is much easier to do the move. So this is basically how it's done. You're holding it like this, as I told you before. Make sure there are gaps, and what you're going to do is that you're going to outjog the card just like this. How I like to outjog it is just by dribbling the cards, and when I'm squaring it up, then I have outjogged the card. So once you have outjogged the card, make sure that the card is in between your ring and middle finger. So this corner is in between the ring and the middle finger, just like this. And why? It's because then your middle finger is not going to be in the way, because a lot of people, they just try to do it like this, and what happens is that the middle finger is in the way, and then it seems to be very difficult to do. So when you do it, make sure you take the card like this and then do the move. What you can also do, you can also just take the card with one hand, just like that. So while you're talking, you can actually outjog the card with one hand, and then you can do the move if you like to. But that is a little bit more difficult, and that is not something that I use when I do this move. So once you have done this, your first finger, as you can see, this finger, it is going to cut the deck into two packets, just like this. If you can do the triple cut, then you can do this. You just cut it into two packets, and the thumb is maintaining the two packets so it does not fall down, and also the card on the bottom. Now what's going to happen is that your first finger and middle finger and thumb, they need to be stable, and I have no idea if I'm saying this correctly, but your first finger, middle and thumb, they need to be in contact with the packets. These are the three fingers that need to keep contact with all those two packets. Now the other two fingers, the ring and the pinky, they are keeping contact with the bottom card. And of course the thumb is also keeping contact with the bottom card, but it's very important that these three fingers, middle, first and thumb, are keeping contact with the whole deck. And then what you're going to do is, once you have that on point, once those three fingers are keeping contact and you have got the feeling of how it feels like, then your ring finger is going to take the card. As you can see, your ring fingertip is going to take the card just like this. It's going to open the deck a little bit more, and then your ring finger is going to place the card in the middle, just like that. and then you're going to square it up. You're just going to push the packet just like this, and then you're going to take your middle finger out of the deck, and then the card is inside just like this. So let me show you this one more time. Just like that, it goes in the middle, and then you just take the ring finger out of the deck. In, just like that. Now that is how the move is done, and here are just few tips. The only tip I have is, there are two tips I have. One of the tips is make sure that there are a little gaps and not like big gaps, but make sure there are a little windows or gaps in between your fingers, because that is a lot easier way to do the move. And this is not a tip, but remember to pivot the card out of the way of your middle finger, so it's a lot easier, because if you just open it and then try to do it, it is going to be almost impossible to do the move. It's going to be very difficult to do the move, and if you want to try to do it one-handed without using the other hand, I mean, this is a one-handed pop-out. This is a one-handed pop-out that looks like this, but if you want to do this without help of the other hand, then you can just try to outjog it with one hand and then do it. It is possible to outjog it with one hand. You can try to just outjog it with one hand and pop it out, but that is much difficult. It's very difficult in my opinion. And the last tip is actually going to be this. Try to make sure that your middle, first and thumb are holding the deck, and the other fingers, the other two fingers, they are just keeping contact with the bottom card, and your thumb is also keeping contact with the bottom card, but the only two most important fingers of this move are these two fingers, or just your ring finger. The ring finger is doing all the work to take the bottom card to the top, and then you can easily do it once you have practiced enough. That is everything I had to talk about. I just want to say thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I just want to say thanks a lot for all the support I've had in the past few videos. And if you want to join my channel, guys, feel free to do it. Feel free to subscribe. Make sure to like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. So thanks for watching, and see ya next time.